Kelechi Umba, FIMC CMC. Kelechi Umba is a seasoned C-level executive with 18 years of experience spanning telecoms, media, consulting and technology across Africa and the Middle East. She currently serves as Chief of Staff to the Chairman at Signal Alliance Technology Holdings, overseeing strategy and operations across subsidiaries in cloud tech, cybersecurity, software development, and venture investments. Kelechi's career journey spans marketing, sales, product management, and business growth, with a track record of scaling startups, optimizing costs, and driving market expansion in West and East Africa. She has worked with Fortune 500 companies, Pan-African enterprises, and startups, notably leading go-to-market efforts for over 100 startups and driving product adoption in fintech and cloud services. She is the founder of Workplace Women, a platform equipping women with workplace skills through initiatives like Hired, Breakfast Classroom, and Pitch a Fix, impacting over 2,000 women to date. A certified mediator, copyright scholar, Harvard and Beckman Klein, and restorative justice facilitator, Kelechi is deeply committed to equity and dispute resolution. Her contributions have earned her recognition among Africa's top 100 Career Women 2023, numerous tech and entrepreneurship awards and fellowships from the Mandela Washington Fellowship and World Bank's Women X. She holds degrees and certifications from Lagos Business School, Northwestern University, and the Kellogg School of Management. A growth strategist, mentor, speaker, and a mom of four, Kelechi is passionate about technology, gender development, and inclusive innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as we welcome Kelechi Umba.
Good morning, sir. I'm honored to be here this morning. It's a privilege to stand on this platform that you have given us. You may well take your seats, everyone. Again, Kelechi Umba is my name. This is my domain. The domain for young people to do what they should do. I'm very passionate about earning. I'm very passionate about empowerment. I hate poverty. I hate poverty. I believe that our career is our calling. Why? He says we should occupy till he comes. And as such, I believe that what you find your hands to do every day must align with the reason you are. Because the life you live is a lease. The air you're breathing is a lease. And you cannot be seen to waste it. In one of the chapters of the book I'm just writing, I put it there. I said, life is a lease. And so you must be sure that every second of your existence counts. And I don't think there's anything else we do with every second of our lives outside our jobs, outside our businesses, outside the things that we are to do. It is 26 minutes to the hour of 9. I have 55 minutes to deliver. Please let me know if it has reduced because we didn't kick off at 9 exactly as I was instructed. Please let me know if that changes. It's important to me that I stick to the time that I have been given. Is anyone putting the slides up? The 5-star professional. Okay, 41 minutes. That's good. The 5-star professional, that's the task I've been laden with this morning. Who is a 5-star professional? Who is that person? So who is the 5-star professional? A 5-star professional is someone who consistently delivers top performance. If that's all we achieve today, I think we're good. Consistently delivers top performance. If you observe, there's an underlining. What were the words underlined? Consistently. It means it's not haphazard. It means it's not today and tomorrow you're not there. It means we do not see you here today and next tomorrow we're not sure. No. You are consistent. At doing what? At delivering. Not at storytelling. Delivering. What does that mean? It means you can do. I was speaking to a group of professionals a few weeks back, and I was talking to them about the can-do spirit. Execution. We live in a season where you have too many talkers. Talk. Execution. Execution. A 5-star professional is that person who does. No stories. I will always tell my team, efforts don't count, results do. And then I sound very callous. You say, she doesn't know. So as I was going, rain beats me. Then I fell into the gutter. Then it is, it took me 3 days. Who cares? Efforts don't count, results. Give it a try. Make sure it is done. Get it. At times you see people who are coming and say, Madam, I just wanted to inform you that I'm not interested. Get it done. That's a 5-star professional. The person consistently delivers. Then what does the person deliver? Not shabbiness. In fact, if this page is the only thing we deal with, I think we would have achieved something. No shabbiness. The person delivers top. Top. And you see, the top is not by your assessment. You know, for example, in the workplace today, you have a lot of Gen Zs. You have a lot of young people who, I think by reason of the kind of trainings that have been handed down, I'm not a Gen Z, but the kind of the trainings that have been handed down, there's been a lot of watering. The kind of pressures that some of us had to go through to become the solid metal that God has made us to be, I think it's becoming lax by the day. And then we have made an excuse and we've given it a name. And we've labeled an entire generation, within that domain to say, they assess. It has to be good by them. And some of us are like that. It's just good by you. It can't be good by you. It must be seen through the eyes of another. It must match the eligibility requirements. You print stuff and they say, I say it's wonderful. And I'm telling you, the lines are blurry. They are blurry. It can't be by your eyes. It has to be by the standard. So usually I will say to my mentees, even in the course of your career, don't say, I'm a customer service professional. I'm a salesperson. The question you should be asking yourself, a quality assurance person in Pakistan, what does that person know? The one in India, the one in London, the one in the US. Why? The world has become a global space. What do they know? Whatever it is they know, I have to know it. I can't say it's within my local balance and so the results have to be diminished. No. And people who posit their careers or their businesses to function that way, where you walk towards what the standard is, usually are the ones who excel. So we say top. Delivers top performance, top results. They are on the top. That is a 5-star professional. And so let's go to the next page. I will run you through an acronym that will help us see it. What does the next page say? It shows us slice, right? Before we got here, you would have seen a slice of cake. I love to work with acronyms. I love to work with stories so that it will stick. Even when I've gone, if you don't remember my name, you will remember what? You will remember what? And so let's look at each of them. S there stands for what? Skill mastery. Skill mastery. You know, before now, we will say school your talents. We'll say, oh, you have a talent. You see someone. At times you go for auditions. You go for things. You see someone come to showcase something. And person say, oh, I'm talented. They don't want to believe in me. It's like saying you gave us flour to be eating without baking it into a cake. Right? But this morning, I'm not just saying hone your talent to become skills. I'm saying that skill, gain a mastery of it. When you gain a mastery of it, Duplication will be very easy. The consistency I have spoken to earlier on. For you to be consistently delivering top performance, you must understand that thing to the point of mastery. And usually they will say, anything you want to master, you should have spent a minimum of 10,000 hours doing that thing. Should I repeat myself? Anything you want to master. You say, I'm an artist. You say, this is the job I do. You say, I love to smile. You say, I pick calls. You say, I'm a copywriter. You say, I'm a content writer. You say, I'm a businessman. Whatever it is that you do, you must give a minimum. These days when you go to LinkedIn, everybody is an expert. These days, some of us don't even want to recruit from LinkedIn anymore because the bobo, or opo, is plenty. When you now meet the person, delivery is rubbish. Because we love cocoons. People have learned to create. They will give big. This is the task. Get it done. Trouble. You don't start wondering, is this, you'll be looking at the CV and be looking at the delivery and be wondering what's going on. So skill mastery, you must master it. And you must choose one area. As you're hearing me, run through your head. What is that one skill that if you ask me today, I have mastery of? Ask yourself. Just run through your head. Don't speak to me. Make sure you're thinking. Make sure the cap is on. What is that one area? Just ruminate. What is that one area? Peradventure there's none. I need to begin to seek mastery. Another word for mastery is expertise. And then you go to the second one. To be a top, a 5-star professional, you must be a leader. You know, when we talk about leadership, many times people think positional. They think I must be the leader, maybe conferred with one big title. No. A leader is the one who knows why. And many times should also know how. And I will explain to you. In almost 2 decades, I have observed that when you have managers, I know, I believe in, yes, people have grown to the top. They necessarily didn't learn. Motivational speakers will say to us, know the why. You may necessarily not know that. It's okay. It's fine. But you see, it is better when you know the how. Leaders who have grown through the ranks usually will deliver better. A man called me some time ago because there are plenty of things I do, even consultancy in the briefcase. And he was saying a couple of things about his children and I said, take your daughter to start off there as a cleaner. Let her learn how to clean the production house. Let her grow. I said, she will never be the same. Going to the London School of Economics, coming down and issuing orders. No. For example, I run a butchery. You cannot be the same. You say you just came in, and maybe you know some theoretical things about Izadi Abattoir, there at Agege. A man who didn't go to school will teach you a few lessons. As a matter of fact, it can destroy the business. And so I advised him and I said, let her start. Let her see how they do this one. Let her see how they use chloroform to clean. Let her see when she grows through the ranks as a manager, she's going to be a more effective manager. She will learn to work with people. She would learn to grow people. So the leader knows why. Many times the leader should know how. I mean, that's why we should defer to you. The reason we should defer to you, this is tasking. How do we go? That's why you are the leader. You should know the way. You should be able to show us. No. Don't claim that you are Richard Branson. Why did I hire you? It's because you should also have an idea of how. Then you should be committed to take that walk. You should be hands-on. People know very well that especially when it comes to managing or hiring seniors, I don't believe in armchair executives. There are people we call armchair executives. Big boys and girls. They issue orders. Go there. Do that. Then you see their team. Very not functional. the leader leads. He leads the work. He leads the talk. He serves the rest. He or she serves the rest. And that is why when it comes to leadership, permits me to recommend the 360-degree leader as a book for you to read. You will see that many times beyond the ones under you. So you see there are people who are very good at leading subordinates. But they suck at leading their peers. Immediately you give them a task with their peers, you see them fail. Because they take the same maybe bossy attitude to utilize there, and then it becomes a mess. Mano, is that you I'm seeing? God bless you, servant of God. They mess it up. They can't manage their peers. And they can't manage their seniors. Do you know that when you cultivate the right leadership skills, you can lead your seniors? How do you lead your seniors? Is it by telling them what to do? You lead your seniors by influence. You lead your seniors by influencing them. And you can't influence if you are not a performer. In fact, before you finish, every time I have people who come to me, maybe mentees, women in career, they'll be like, in that organization, they don't listen to people. The person talking to me, I'm looking at the person. I'm like, this person doesn't even know I'm worse. You're coming to report to me, I'm worse. They don't listen. Are you making sense? Why should someone who has built credibility, built results, built strength, listen to you? What are you saying? So if you want to lead your leader, you will be that one who has results. You will be that one who has learned to follow simple instructions. That's how to lead your leader. You follow instructions. You will be that one. There are certain things that once the leader looks back, he say, was this person here when this thing happened? He say, was not around. They say, I foresee. There's no way it would have been. That person is already leading the leader. Because the leader knows that in my absence, not that the leader is turning this way. Before the leader finishes turning, you are off. Highly irresponsible. Then 5 days later, I say, in this place, it is toxic. It's hostile. They don't listen to anybody. We can't listen to you. That's 360-degree leadership in a snap. The next one is integrity. Hey, this one, I feel like holding my 2 ears. Integrity. Especially for those of us who ought to be salt and light in the marketplace. Integrity. Yea is yea when nobody is watching. Nay is nay. Integrity. I say it over and over again. Whether it's a workplace or whether it's Nigeria. If you are God's child, you are part of the problem. I mean, we are too many. Imagine if we can all be tasteful. Imagine if we can all be tasteful. A young man was talking to me a particular time, and again, it was around recruitment. And I said, why not? He said, no. I do not hire anybody from church. I said, why? He said, no. You can't hold anything they say tangibly. Hey, my heart sunk as an ambassador of Jesus. My heart sunk. I said, you have added me to this list. He said, no, not necessarily. I said, you could not even say no. You're still saying not necessarily. He said, I've not really had serious dealings with you. And that touched me. Can someone have serious dealings with you and not be burnt? That's a 5-star professional. In the workplace, can it be, not that you're a nuisance or you come and disturb us with praising the Lord. You see some people, I used to work in a place, they brought me in to do some stuff for them. 9 a.m., they are clapping and praying, and I will sit down like this and be looking at them. Even in HR, she will pray, and turn in my direction. I'm sure she's like, this lady must be a demon that we need to work on here. Me, preacher of the living God. Your lack of diligence is my problem. I don't know why I should be praying by 9 a.m. when other parts of the world have moved on. People in China are already what time? Why are we doing that? Why are we clapping? by 9 a.m. in the workplace. I have a serious issue with that. Then when we finish clapping, HR, nobody lies like you. Linus. When we finish clapping, you can't say something and I can hold it. So this is how I used to sit down and be looking at them. Because by 4 a.m., I have mounted up with wings as eagles already. By 5 a.m., I have addressed the nation. I don't know why I should be clapping by 9. It makes no sense to me. We've come to work. But why did I go there? Like I said, you finish, we can't. You don't have to be. But let it be that there's a perception. Let it be. He said, there's something about this young man. I can't put my hand to it. But I think there's something. He doesn't know you go to Enthronement Assembly. He said, I can't explain it, but there's just something about this lady. I perceive. Why do you perceive what he says? For example, in my team, there are people that I know. If this needs to be like this, I call them, what happened? Irrespective of rebuke, irrespective of, they will tell you what happened. There are others, oh my God. You will go to limbo, come back, go to kafancha. The way they will dribble you, you will need extra to find your way back. Integrity. The seed there is continuous growth. No day should meet you the same. Continuous growth. Growth. Ask yourself. You don't have to say it loud. Call your name. Kelechi, am I growing? There are times I meet people, 5 years after, nothing has changed. 7 years after, nothing has changed. Continuous growth. A lady reached out to me at a meet and greet we had for female professionals. And she was saying, this organization, they have left me. You know, that sense of irresponsibility that makes you think that your destiny or your life is in the hands of another person. You know it's irresponsibility. Even in the workplace, even those people paying you a salary. When you believe that your growth, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. For example, by Monday now till Friday, I have official training. I'll be at LBS the whole week. But you see, if they do that, it's a thank you. If your MD does that, God bless him. Does the organization owe you to train you? Yes. As a matter of fact, even when you're negotiating your package, you should ask, does this organization have a training plan? It will make them see that you love growth. But beyond that, you cannot delegate your growth. You cannot outsource it to anybody. It is yours. It is yours to say every day, there must be an increase. There must be a character trait I'm building. There must be a competence I'm building. I must be expanding my capacity. Let me look at my time and see if I can spend a little time on those 3 C's. I must be working on my character. For example, integrity will fall into that category. I must be working on things like courage. I must be working on things like determination. I must be working on, there must be something I'm working on. From a competence point of view, skill mastery, for example, falls under the bulk of competence. I must be building, if I say I know how to do this thing, it should be that if they tap me and wake me up, I should be able to deliver. Then the one I like, capacity. Beyond character, beyond competence, do you have capacity? Capacity means you have done it over and over again, that you know it. You can be competent and not have capacity. You say, oh, we want to host the 5-star business conference. You say, give it to this person to lead it. The question is, does that person have capacity? Has he hosted it before? Has she before? When people come and they complain, oh, the workplace, they want you to have 100 years experience before you start. I know I'm speaking to a partly irresponsible person. Because what happened to volunteering? That's where you build capacity. You say, on the job, I've not done this thing, no. But I belong to my church's business team. You don't have to say churches. It may have a name. 5-star professional, something, something. In that place, I designed a strategy, I built this, I did that, I mobilized 1,000 people to attend. That is capacity. That's what we're looking for. We're not looking for paper that you slapped them and collected. You kept going to the lecturer's office and say, please, can this get graduates? Let's have peace. That's not what we're looking for. And then you graduate, you say you are an electrical engineer. They say this fan now is not working. Do something about it. By the time you touched it, the fan, kuku, daku, pata, pata. That's not what we're talking about. We're saying capacity. You can do it. So anytime you're asked that question, even when it's an interview room, what you should hear is that you don't have experience. What you should hear is, have you done this before? David speaking. He said a bear appeared while I was tending my father's sheep. He said, I tore it. He said a lion appeared. He said, I tore it. He didn't have to have any military ranking. He said, I tore it. The man did. It's just like in Nigeria. You have generals who have never been to war. That's why Nigeria is the way it is. You have generals who have never fought any war. List their name now, I'll show you. And tell me which war they fought. It's as they were growing in years. Like some of us that work in civil service. You say, yeah, because you are now 20 years. 20 years, Olodo. I've never fought in a war. You say you are a general. David said, a bear practically I have torn. A lion practically I have torn. Who is this uncircumcised Philistine? He did not, what made him do it? He was not dreaming. He's not Gen Z. Till you see a bear. Some of us, as we're entering somebody's house, say, do you have a dog? Please, if you have a dog, hold it up. So imagine a bear. And imagine a lion. That's precedence. I've done it before. I still recall the story, 18 minutes. I think I still have little time. I still recall how I got my first job in the telecoms company, in the South African telecoms company. I had left school. Meanwhile, my background was in biomedical sciences. I was a medical student. And I left school and I went to work in church. I worked there for over 4 years. And in those years, it's tapes. You know, this thing these people are doing here. Tape, video, audio of my pastor, editing, and all of those things. Graphics design. That's why today, do I sit in a more strategic position? Even in all my years as CMO, you can't bubble me with any design. I'm a graphic. I'm a graphic myself. I grew through the ranks. And I started in my father's house. 4 years. I think my salary at that time was 10,000 naira. Yes, sir. And I remember the first job outside of image media. I don't know what you call your own media. It was an Indian. And they were to do a voiceover. I remember the next day was Salah. And they wanted a voiceover that would ring through. So when you pick the call, you know when you pick the call, before you start saying your name, those songs that sing, they wanted something that would sing, Baraka de Salah, blah, 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 something. And they were finding a few things difficult. And I eavesdropped while I was waiting. And immediately the person left. I told the Indian, I said, I can solve that for you. You know, I heard my dear brother talking to us about networking. Many times when we come to network, you know, we expect even people that are above us to just shake us. It's value you should send across first. If not, why not ask yourself, all those cards you have collected, have you used anyone? If you even call them, have they answered? There was no value posited. I think that was for someone, but let's come back. And I said, I can do this. The man said, really? That was how interview for other people. If you see us crowd outside, entry level. He said, show me. I looked on his system. There was no Adobe. There was nothing. I remembered my colleague, who is my husband today. I said, you don't have this thing, no. But I'm sure my colleague can solve this for you now. He said, do you know what? I said, if only we can get going. I came for his interview I came for. Meanwhile, that interview, if you see how we're running up and down. If you knew where telecoms was, multilinks. If you see how we're running, write them there, all of us run. Grrr, go and submit. Grrr. But when I entered, I said, I can. And he said, okay. That was how we entered Cow. When I came out, my mates that were all outside were hustling. They said, is this not this girl that was here with us? How did she now enter the car of the Indian man? And before that time, I had called him to say, we need to do voice. We have been doing voiceovers. You see what I'm saying? We have been doing voiceovers. I didn't say, it was church. So it is not relevant experience. It's a lie. It's a big fat lie. As a matter of fact, even when it comes to managing leaders, managing workplace environments, the bulk of it was learnt in those my first 4 years. The bulk of it. That's why I learned it. In not a so organized workplace environment. That's why I learned it. Because there, half of the time, our strategy was faith. He said, we will write magazine, we will publish it, we will say, so, Casey, you are the one, you will. Then when you finish, nobody is giving you the money to do it. You now have to go and start praying. Father, we call it forth. Oh, we call it. Then in the workplace, where you will give me millions as budget to design it, you say, I will not execute better. I will fly. You say, I will not execute better. I will fly. Continuous growth. You must place the burden of growth on yourself. You must read. A book helps you gather somebody's knowledge in few days and weeks. Everything the person learns, even if the person lies, let it be that it's from ChatGPT. He copied it. At least he has copied it and arranged it. Read it. Then E, emotional intelligence. I love this one. Emotional intelligence. At the height of everything, this one can mess you up. In emotional intelligence, we say there are 4 pillars. IQ is powerful. In fact, this morning, as I was navigating the map to come here, I was addressing an EQ issue, emotional quotient issue, for a lady in the chat room. Oh, she's a pastor's wife. And she's in HR. She said, these people, this place, the system is wrong. The structure, they're always promoting people doing evil. People do. You work in a real estate firm where a house is 10 billion. You say they should not promote those doing evil. What do you mean? They're doing evil. They do not promote the people that are upright. What do you mean by that? And I was explaining to her that, madam, you don't even know the culture of your work environment. It's just like saying you work in the bank, especially those days. I think it's better these days. Your cabal must be smashing. And you say, no, you are a Jesus girl. How does that concern us? Then when you now want to superimpose the culture of heaven in such an atmosphere, don't get me wrong. It must be that you are an extra. You've done an extra. You can't come there and say, hey, this is the guy's girlfriend. So because of that, they greet you, you're not intelligent. They will kick you out of that place. They will kick you out. And even the results you would have driven there, you will not be able to drive it. Why? You're not emotionally intelligent. They will trigger you. All the demons will trigger you. And before you do it, you will be the one to act on professionally. And I was addressing it. It was a lengthy WhatsApp message. And I was giving her step by step. You obviously have not understood your culture. You don't know what makes people excel here. They brought you in, you say policy. I said there's no culture inside any policy. Do we have HR people in the house? Maybe not. Those handbooks, that's not where the culture is. Culture in every organization is unspoken. It's how the people behave. You see that in some places, they reward aggression. Especially sales-dominated environments. They reward aggression. You see salespeople, they are erratic. Please give me my invoice. Nobody will say a word, even the MD. You not say, these people they don't behave well. They don't, You see in other environments, there are particular things. Some is eye service. Some is psychophancy. Yes, ma'am. And you're not that kind of person. You're someone who just likes to stick to, better join the race. It's called adaptability. Better join. And I say, no, I joined a particular workplace. They love Owambe spirit. They must attend everybody's event. It's not in my doing. It's not in my... They must attend everybody's event. And when they attend, there will almost be a nuisance there. The whole people who came must know us and our organization. Up to the fact that we'll be dancing around. When I joined this, I said, me, Lady Prim and Proper. I remember that event. My husband went with me there. In fact, when I came to sit down, I said, I could share. Because he knows that that is not me. But there's no way I will come there, sit like this, cross my feet. You will not last 6 months. And then you would not have been able to make the impact that you ought to make. I think that is it. You did not move our slides as we were going. My final thoughts. Being a 5-star professional is a journey. You can start today. Excellence is not an act, it's a habit. I say everywhere I go, I serve the Lord Christ. Excellence is my worship. I've led worship now since I was 8. But my true excellence is in my delivery. And it can be in yours. Your brainchild, we should be able to see what you did. You should be able to say, it's Tola that arranged the chairs today. Have you seen Japanese people arranging chairs? One cannot be out of place. That's why it doesn't matter, leave it like that. It will still shift. Excellence is a habit. And then striving for greatness is every day. It's a daily activity. It's not something for some time. It's something that you must do every day. You must edge closer. Edge. As knowledge comes to you, you must make an effort, not just to assimilate, not just to understand, but to put to use. Does this look doable? Are we 5-star professionals here? Please give yourself a round of applause.